In this video, we will dive into an unbelievable fantasy Premier League team that features not one, not two, but 5 premium players. I will also share the pros and the cons of going with this team. So buckle up and let's get started. In goal, we have Jordan Pickford, who has a favorable 4 starting fixtures. With Sean Dyche as his manager, we expect a bit more defensive solidity this season, which will hopefully mean more clean sheets. In defense, we have Pickford's teammate Tarkowski. He started all games last season and he plays a vital role in set pieces. He's also easily swappable to any other player in his price point. Sorry again guys, Tarkowski is injured, so get Mings. Thanks, bye. Next we have Baldock from Sheffield United. He's the starting right back of Sheffield United and he created 30 chances for Sheffield last season. He's of course one of our many budget enablers. Speaking of budget enablers, we have Amari Bell from Luton. He's Luton Town's starting left back who created 29 chances for Luton last season. Headed into midfield, we start with Enciso from Brighton. He had 7 attacking returns from 7 matches. He's a versatile player who can create goals from nothing, and with Brighton's great fixtures, we had to have at least one of their assets. However, there is a chance that he may not start all the games. We move to our first of 5 premium assets in the FPL Egyptian King Mo Salah. Despite having a slow start last season, he still proved why he's a premium asset by getting a staggering 239 points. Our next premium asset is Bruno Fernandes from Man United. He starts at 8.5 million, the cheapest he has ever been. He had a subpar season by his standards but still got 17 attacking returns last season. Next we have Arsenal's Bukayo Saka. With a lot of competition in the other attacking positions, I trust Saka to be the safest pick out of Arsenal's many gems. We now move to forwards, starting with the obvious choice Erling Haaland. He scored 36 goals last season and is owned by 86% of managers. Avoid him at your own risk. Talking about avoiding, we have Harry Kane, who is only owned by 14% of managers despite scoring 30 goals last season. I had him since day 1 last season and I plan to do the same. He's a differential if he stays at Spurs. The final player in our starting 11 is Carlos Vinicius from Fulham. With Mitrovic looking like he's headed to Saudi, Carlos will most likely be the main man until a new striker is integrated into the team. He's also easy to jump off to another 5 million striker who shows more form. Now we move to the sketchy section of the video where I'll share my bench and my thoughts on whether you should go with this team. The first player on the bench is Travers from Bournemouth. He's Bournemouth's second keeper. They have a new manager, so he may start, but I don't expect him to play. He's just a placeholder for 4.0 million goalkeeper. Quick correction here, Travers has been loaned out, so replace him with Areola from West Ham. Sorry about that. Bye. Next we complete the budget defender trinity with Jordan Bayer from Burnley, a starting centre back for Burnley at 4 million. I just have him in because of his price. Speaking of price, I don't know what happened with the pricing of Chelsea's Malo Gusto. Those who owned Reece James last season know how unreliable he is. Gusto started all pre-season games so far, but Reece James is back in training. He's one to watch in case Reece James has another season like the last. We finished the bench and the team with Crystal Palace's Hamada. Despite being brought in as a midfielder, he has been playing Olise's role in pre-season. Michael Olise is injured and looks to be leaving the club. If he does, Hamada certainly laid a claim by getting 2 assists and a goal in pre-season matches. Now some pros and cons for selecting this team. First, the cons. Your defense is weak. You have no big hitters and you're basically praying for Everton to have clean sheets. To make it worse, 2 defenders are guaranteed not to play in Gameweek 2, which might leave you with only 10 players playing out of your full squad. Con number 2, you're placing all your eggs in a Harry Kane shaped basket. If Harry Kane doesn't start with the fire he had last season, he'll start the season behind everyone else and you'll need 2 transfers to catch up. And his fixtures get way easier in Gameweek 3, which will make it hard to sell him then. The last con is inflexibility. Unless one of your premium players is injured, you are stuck with most of your players. Only Tarkowski, Vinicius and Enciso have some hope of having performing players at the same price point. Now for the pros. If your team does well, you are basically untouchable. If your cheap players actually deliver and the premiums live up to their name, you'll have a team that nobody else can afford, because just one price rise will make it almost impossible for anyone to copy. Secondly, you have Kane. He's so low owned, and last season he proved that he has the ability to punish those who don't own him. Due to his price, it is very hard for anyone else to get him without sacrificing another premium, which you already have. And the last pro is hidden gems potential. Since you are locked to budget-friendly alternatives, you'll be more willing and able to jump on low-owned and low-price differentials, increasing your chance to getting hidden gems. So the question is, will I be running this team? Well, no. I'm sorry, I'm not brave enough. Hopefully Kane leaves Spurs and makes the choice easy, but I would rather invest more in the defense and midfield and wait for a good Spurs midfielder starting from Gameweek 3 where their fixtures are more favorable. Be sure to subscribe and follow my social media handles to see a variation with the Rashford in it, as well as my other team drafts. Like and leave a comment on what you think of the team. Tell me if you'll be playing it and if you have any questions about it. I'm still building the channel, so I'll answer all the questions you have. Till next time, thanks for watching, and don't forget to have some FPL fun.